Premier League highflyers Aston Villa will endeavour to climb to the top of the table when they welcome basement club Sheffield United to Villa Park on Friday night. The two teams meet for the first time since March 2021 when the Blades claimed a slender 1-0 victory at Bramall Lane under current boss Chris Wilder. Not even the most ardent of Aston Villa supporters would have envisaged their club sitting second in the Premier League table and with a chance of ending the year at the summit. Still, Unai Emery's men continue to go from strength to strength, showing early signs of their potential for a surprise title charge. The Lions have won 5 and drawn 1 of their last 6 top-flight games, winning each of their previous 3 by a 1-goal margin, including last weekend's hard-fought 2-1 victory at Brentford in which Alex Moreno and XB's forward Ollie Watkins scored in the final 13 minutes, capitalizing on Ben Mee's earlier dismissal, to snatch 3 valuable points. Aston Villa will welcome a return to home soil where they have won a club record 15 Premier League games in a row, scoring 39 goals and keeping 8 clean sheets in the process. Only Liverpool, 24 between 2019 and 2020, Manchester City, 20 between 2011 and 2012, and Manchester United, 19 between 2010 and 2011, have ever boasted a longer winning home run in Premier League history. The last 2 matches at Villa Park have seen Emery and co-register impressive 1-0 triumphs over reigning champions Man City and last season's runners-up Arsenal. And the Lions will be confident of putting Sheffield United to the sword on Friday as they have won their last 5 meetings with promoted sides. Villa are also unbeaten in their previous 14 home league encounters with Sheffield United. However, 3 of their last 4 meetings have ended as a draw, so they cannot lightly take Wilder's rejuvenated Blades outfit on Friday. After claiming all 3 points in a much-needed 1-0 home victory over Brentford, Sheffield United had their tails up heading to an out-of-sorts Chelsea outfit last weekend, but their dogged display was ultimately in vain as they were dominantly beaten 2-0 by the West Londoners. Second-half strikes from Cole Palmer and Nicholas Jackson condemned Wilder to his second defeat in 3 games since his return to the Blades, who remain rooted to the foot of the table, level on points with 19th-placed Burnley and 6 points adrift of safety. Few would have anticipated Sheffield United to claim positive results in tricky fixtures against Chelsea and Liverpool, losing 2-0 at home to the latter in Wilder's baptism of fire, and they conclude the year with 2 more challenging encounters against Aston Villa and Man City either side of a potentially pivotal meeting with Luton Town at Bramall Lane. The Blades have picked up just 1 point across 8 matches on the road since securing promotion to the Premier League, scoring the fewest away goals, 4, and conceding the most, 22, on their travels during this period. Still, there is reason to be optimistic ahead of Friday's trip to Villa Park. Indeed, Sheffield United have kept a clean sheet in 3 of their last 4 meetings with Aston Villa, collecting 5 Premier League points. At the same time, a 1-0 loss in September 2020 represents the Blades' only defeat in all competitions in their last 5 visits to the West Midlands club. Aston Villa is still having to cope without Tyrone Mings, Emiliano Buendia, both knee, Bertrand Traoré, muscle, and Robin Olsen, unspecified, due to injury. At the same time, Pau Torres and Yuri Tielemans are both doubtful and will be assessed ahead of kickoff, the latter of whom missed the win at Brentford. Boubacar Kamara will serve a 3-match suspension following his straight red card last weekend, but Douglas Luiz and Lucas Digne are both available to return from 1-match bans. Luiz will presumably replace Kamara in centre midfield while Digne faces competition from Moreno to start at left-back. Leon Bailey will be pushing to return to the first 11 at the expense of either Matty Cash or Moussa Diaby, while Watkins, who has failed to score in all 5 previous meetings with Sheffield United, will be looking to break his duck against the Blades on Friday. As for the visitors, Chris Basham, ankle, John Egan, foot, Tom Davies, Reece Norrington-Davies, Ryan Brewster, all thigh, and Daniel Jebison, illness, all remain in the treatment room. However, Jack Robinson is available to return from a 1-match suspension served last weekend and is expected to replace Austin Trusty at centre-back. 20-year-old Andre Brooks has started each of the last 3 games since the return of Wilder, and the midfielder could retain his place in the first 11 alongside Vinicius Souza and Gustavo Hamer as James McAtee and Cameron Archer provide support in attack for Ollie McBurnie. While making your stake, I would like to remind you that Sheffield United is currently rooted to the bottom of the Premier League standings and has struggled to cope with the rigors of the top flight this season. The away side slumped to a 2-0 defeat at the hands of Chelsea over the weekend and will need to work hard to bounce back in this match. On the other hand, Aston Villa is in 3rd place in the league table and has been in excellent form this season. The hosts edged Brentford to a crucial 2-1 victory in their previous game and will look to take it up a notch this week. Head-to-head and key statistics for this match: Aston Villa has a good historical record against Sheffield United and has won 64 out of the 138 matches played between the two teams, as opposed to Sheffield United's 41 victories. Aston Villa are unbeaten in their last 14 league games at home against Sheffield United, with their previous such defeat coming by a 2-0 scoreline in January 1966. Sheffield United have kept 3 clean sheets in their last 4 matches against Aston Villa in the Premier League and have conceded only 1 goal in these games. Aston Villa have won each of their last 5 matches against newly promoted sides in the Premier League, with their previous such defeat coming by a 3-0 result at the hands of Fulham last season. Aston Villa have stormed into the top 4 of the Premier League table this season and will now have to address the daunting task of maintaining their impressive run. The likes of Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins have stepped up so far and will look to make their mark this week. Sheffield United have had a dismal outing in the top flight so far and will need a miracle to avoid relegation this season. Sheffield United have looked, and their recent defensive record against Aston Villa bodes well ahead of Friday's contest. However, it is difficult to back against a rampant Villa outfit who have looked unstoppable on home soil for some time. Aston Villa is the better team on paper and should be able to win this game. Our prediction: Aston Villa 3-0 Sheffield United.